Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Mohammad Ubaid and this is another video of basics of structural analysis series. And today in this video we are going to solve another important problem on double integration method. And in this problem we have a singly overhanging beam. Okay, and this is the overhang portion AB. And in this beam we are going to find out the elastic curve equation and slope at this free end A and deflection at free end A by using double integration method. This question is little bit different from the previous one which we have solved in our previous video. So let's get started with the solution of this problem. So in the problem we have a beam, overhanging beam. At here we have pin support and at here we have a roller support, and at free end we have a load of 10 kilonewtons. Okay, and let us name these point as A, B and C, and the distance between A to B is 10 meters. Okay, and the distance between B to C is 20 meters. Okay, now first of all what we have to do, we have to find out the reaction at RB and reaction at C, okay, which is RC. So let us assume that the direction of reaction at B is upward, okay, RB, and the direction of reaction at C is downward. Okay, now we will take the moment, summation of moment of forces about C is equal to 0, is equal to 0, and we will take clockwise direction as positive. So first of all we have 10 kilonewton force, this force, so it is acting anti-clockwise about C, so it will be minus 10 into 30. So what is 30? 30 is the distance of this 10 kilonewton force, 10 kilonewton force from C. Okay, now the other force is this reaction RB, so it is acting clockwise about C, so we will take it as positive, so it will be RB multiplied by distance, so distance will be 20 meters. Okay, so because B and C are 20 meters apart, so it is 20 meters, it will be equal to 0. So from here we will get the value of RB as 15 kilonewtons. Okay, now we will use summation of forces in y direction is equal to 0, and we will consider as positive as upward as positive. So first of all we have minus 10 kilonewton, then we have RB which is acting upward, then we have RC which is acting downward, so it will be 0. Now we will put the value of RB which was 15 kilonewton and minus RC. Okay, so this becomes 5 minus RC is equal to 0. So from here RC will be equal to 5 kilonewton. So we have found out the values of reaction at supports. Now we will try to write out this relationship, which is EI due to Y over dx square is equal to m. Okay, so what is important with this problem is, in this problem we have a support reaction RB. Okay, now in our previous problem where we have discussed a cantilever beam like this. Okay, so in this problem this UDL is acting over whole the span, okay, over whole span of the beam. So the bending moment will vary continuously from this point up to this fixed end. But if we see our current problem, so in this problem the bending moment between A to B will be minus 10 times x, but as we cross this support B, the bending moment will be changed because the reaction will also come into play. That's why you can say that this equation is valid for those region of the beam in which the loading is continuous. Okay, if there is a discontinuity in the loading, then you can't use this equation directly. Okay, so now what we will do to solve this problem, we will consider two sections. First, let me draw this beam again. So let me draw it here. We will consider two sections like this. This is our 10 kilonewton loading. So first section we will consider here in AB region. Okay, and it is, let us call this distance as x1 and this section as xx, and the other section which we will consider is this y, okay, and this section is in between B to C, and let us consider this distance as x2 from A, okay. Now we will write this relationship, which is ei d2y over dx square is equal to m for these two sections. Then we will use the boundary condition to find out the constant, and ultimately after finding out the constant we will get our elastic curve equations, okay. So let us see how we will solve this problem. So first of all we will write the bending moment equation for this section xx. Now what will be the equation? So let us call this as mxx. So what will be the bending moment which is acting at this section xx? So it will be minus tan x1, because tan kilonewton force is acting downward, that's why it will be taken as negative as our according to our sign convention, okay. So this is minus tan x1. Now what will be the bending moment at section yy? So bending moment will be minus tan x2, okay, because this 10 kilonewton force is acting at a distance x2 from section yy. That's why I have taken minus tan into x2, plus there will be a reaction at RB, okay. So this reaction will be taken as positive because it is acting upward and creating a sagging moment. A bracket, it will be acting at a distance of x2 minus AB, okay. What is AB? LAB, okay. L is the distance, LAB is the distance of AB, okay. So what is the value of LAB? So LAB, or you can say that this length of AB is 10 meters, okay. Because when we are writing the moment, so we have to take the distance between the force and the section. So this is the distance which we are talking about. So this is the distance. So this distance is x2 minus LAB, okay, and the value of LAB is 10 meters. So just write it down here. So it is minus 10 x2 plus, and we will also write the value of RB. So RB was, so from here the value of RB was 15 kilonewtons. So we will put the value of RB at 15, x2 minus 10, okay. So very simple. Now we have got the values of bending moment at section xx and bending moment section yy. So we will write the equations for portion AB and portion BC, because this mxx is only for the portion AB, okay. Let me write it here. So this is for portion AB, and the distance x1 will vary from from 0 to 10 meters, okay, for AB. And this equation MYY, bending moment equation MYY, will be useful for section BC, okay, and the distance will be from 10 meters to x2, okay, and this will vary from 10 meters to 30 meters. Sorry, not 10 meters, because I have taken the section distance from A, okay. So it will also vary from 0 to 30 meters, okay, for BC. Now we will write the equations. So first of all, let me write it here as for AB, okay. So it will be d2y1 upon dx1 is equal to mxx, and the value of mxx is minus 10 x1, okay. Now we will integrate this equation. So after integration we will get dy1 upon dx1 is equal to minus 10 x1 square by 2 plus c1, okay, and we can all solve it a little bit. So it will be minus 5 x1 square plus c1. So this is the equation for slope for portion AB, okay. Now if we integrate this equation again, let me write it here. Integrating again with respect to x. what we will get? We will get the equation for deflection for portion AB. So it will be minus 5x1 cube by 3 plus C1x plus C2. Okay, now we have got the equations for portion AB. Similarly, we will write the equation for portion BC. Okay, and let me also write the distance. So distance will vary from like this. Okay, and for portion AB the distance will vary from 0 to 10 meters. Okay, like this. Let me draw a line here for indication so that you should not confuse. Now what is the equation for bending moment for portion BC? So this is the equation MYY. So it will be EI d2 y2 over dx2 square will be equal to MYY, and MYY is equal to minus 10 x2 plus 15 x2 minus 10. Okay, very simple. And what we will do, we will integrate this equation. So integrate with respect to x. So after integration we will get the relationship for slope x2, and it will become 10 x2 square by 2 plus 15 x2 minus 10 to whole square by 2, and the constant of integration, because C1 is used here and C2 is used here, so we will write C3. Okay, now we will integrate this equation again to get our equation for deflection. So again integrate, so we will get the relationship for deflection EI y2 minus 10, and or you can solve it. So after division it will become 5x2 square, so it will be minus 5x2 cube by 3 plus 15x2 minus 10 to the whole cube divided by 3 plus C3x plus C4. Okay, so these are the equations which we are going to use. So this is the first equation. Let me write it here for indication. So this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, and this is equation number 3, and this is the last one, which is our equation number 4. Okay, now we have to find out the values of these constants C1, C2, C3, C4. So what we will do, we will use the boundary condition. So how we are going to use the boundary condition? So let us see. So we have this problem. So here we have a pin support, and here we have a roller support, and here we have free end. So this is portion AB, this is BC. Okay, and this is our section XX and distance x1 from here, and from here we will have a section y. Okay, like this, and this is the way in which we have assumed the sections and their corresponding distances from A. Okay, so first boundary condition or which we will have is at B. Now at B we have a roller support, which means that at B or you can write it in this way, at B deflection is 0. Why? Because we have a roller support. Okay, so roller support doesn't allow any type of deflection, neither pin support. Okay, which we have a pin support at C. Now how we are going to use this boundary condition, which is deflection at B is 0. So if we see that this is distance x1, this is distance x2, so we can write very easily that y1, or you can say at x1 is equal to 10 meters, which is the distance of B from A. So this is 10 meters. At x1 is equal to 10 meters, y1 is 0, and the other boundary condition which we will get is at x2 is equal to 10 meters, y2 is also 0. Okay, which is the equation for BC portion. Okay, so because these two conditions are there, so we can find out the two equation for following C1 or C2 or C3, whichever we will get in the equation. So first of all, let us use this boundary condition, which is x1 is 10 meter and y1 is 0. So we will use this equation equation number 2. Okay, because we are dealing with the x1 and y1. So from equation 2, let me write it here. From equation number 2, we will have 0 on left hand side, and on the right hand side we will have 5 into 10 to the power 3 divided by 3 plus 10 C1 plus C2. Okay, and it will be equal to 10 C1 plus C2 is equal to, and it will become 166.67. Okay, so this is the equation. Now let us name this equation as equation number 5. Now the other boundary condition which we have here is this: at x2 is equal to 10 meters, y2 is 0. Okay, so from equation number 4, now we are going to use this equation number 4. So from equation number 4, let me add it here. From equation number 4, after putting these values, x2 is equal to 0 and y2 is equal to 0, so we will get on the right hand side as 0 because y2 is 0, and on the left hand side it will be minus 5 into 10 cube divided by 3 plus 15 into 10 minus 10 to the power 3 divided by 3 plus 10 C3 plus C4. Okay, now we can solve this equation further. So this will be 0 because 10 minus 10 will be 0. So we have 0 minus, and this will be equal to minus 1,666.67 plus 10 C3 plus C4. Okay, now you can solve this further. So it will become 10 C3 plus C4 is equal to 1,666.67. So this is our equation number 6. Okay, now we have got two equations. Okay, so these were the two boundary conditions. Now what are the other boundary conditions which we will be using? Now we will draw the figure again. So this is our pin support, and here we have a roller support. Okay, and this is our free hand. Now in this problem, the load is acting here like this, 10 kilonewton. So the beam will deflect something like this. This will be the deflective shape of the beam. Now this is B. So if you see that at B, the slope should be equal for both the equation. If we use equation like let me go upward. So this is the equation for slope. This is equation number 1. Equation number 1 is the equation for portion AB, and this equation number 3 is the equation for portion BC. Now if we find out the slope from this equation at B from equation number 1, and if we find out the slope from this equation number 3 at B, the slope should be equal. Okay, because why these slopes should be equal? Because this is this curve, this deflected shape, or you can say what is this? This curve is called as elastic curve. Okay, so this elastic curve, let me write it as elastic curve is continuous at B, which means that dy1 divided by dx1 should be equal to dy2 by dx2. Okay, which means that the slope at B should be equal from both the equations. Okay, so we can use this boundary condition, and we will equate these two equation number 1 and equation number 3. Okay, so in equation number 1 we have minus 5x1 square plus c1. So let me write it here as minus 5 it will be minus 5x1 square plus c1, and from equation number third we will get minus 5x2 square plus 15x2 minus 10 square divided by 2 plus c3. Okay, so this is the equation. Now we will solve this equation at x1 is equal to 10 meters, because b is at a distance of 10 meter from a. Okay, and we have assumed x1 and x2 from a, so that's why x2 will also be equal to 10 meter, because we are talking about the slope at b. So if we put the values, so it will be 10 square plus c1, and here we will also get 10 square, and here it will be 0, because 10 will be cancelled out from with 10 plus c3. Okay, so these two terms will also be cancelled out, so we will get c1 is equal to c3. Okay, now we have got another equation c1, or you can write it as c1 minus c3 is equal to 0. Okay, you can also write in this fashion, c1 minus c3 is equal to 0. Now another boundary condition which we have is, let me draw the figure of the beam again. So this is the pin support. Okay, so this is C. Okay, so at pin support deflection will be 0, which means that we can write as at x2 is equal to 30 meters. Okay, because we are talking about C. So at x2 is equal to 30 meter, y2 will be 0. Okay, because this is a pin support. So we can't use the equation for portion AB. We will have to use the equation for portion BC, because we are talking about C. Okay, so what was the equation for portion BC for slope? Sorry, for deflection. So the equation was this, equation number 4. Okay, we will put the value of x2 is equal to 30 meters, and we will write a equation. So after putting the value of x2 as 30 meter in equation number 4, let me write it here. From equation number 4, put x2 is equal to 30 meters and y2 is equal to 0. Okay, so after putting what we will get 0 on the left hand side, and on the right hand side we will get 5 into 30 cube divided by 3 plus 15 into 20 cube divided by 6 plus 30 c3 plus c4. And after solving we will get 30 c3 plus c4 is equal to 25,000. Okay, so this is the another equation which we have got. Now how many equations which we have? So we have this equation number 5, equation number 6, and we have this equation number, let us name this equation as 7. Okay, and we have this equation number 8. Okay, let us summarize this equation here. So first equation which we have is tan c1 plus c2 is equal to 1,666.67. The other equation which we have, tan c3 plus c4 is equal to 1,666.67, and other equation which we have is c1 is equal to minus c3 is equal to 0. The last one is 30 c3 plus c4 is equal to 25,000. So after solving these 4 equations, you will get the value of c1 is equal to c3, and c3 will be equal to 1166.67, and the value of c4 will come out to be minus 999.99, and the value of c2 will come out to be minus 10,000. Okay, now we have got these constants. So the problem in this question was to find out the slope at end A and deflection at end A. So we will use these equation number 1 and equation number 2 for finding out the slope and deflection at A, and the distance of A is 0. Okay, because we have assumed the x1 and x2 from A, that's why at A x1 will be equal to 0. So let us see what will be the value. So let me write it here. For or first of all we should write the equation after putting the constant. So after putting the value of C1 and C2, equation 1 and 2 become, so this equation will become ei dy by dx1 is equal to minus 5x1 square plus C1. Okay, so C1 is equal to C3 and C3 is ultimately equal to 1166.67. Okay, so it will be 1166.67, and the other equation which we will get is for deflection. So it will be minus 5x1 cube by 3 plus C1x. So C1 is 1166.67 plus C2. So C2 is minus 10,000. Okay. Now for finding the slope and deflection at and A, simply at A, simply put x1 is equal to 0. So from this equation we will get the slope at ei dy by dx, or you can say it as at A theta A. Okay, because the dy1 by dx1 at A will be equal to theta A, and this will be equal to minus 0 because at x1 is 0, so it will, this term will be equal to 0 plus 1166.67 divided by ei. Okay, now ultimately you can write it as theta A will be equal to 1166.67 divided by ei. Now we have got the value of slope. Similarly, we will put the value of x1 is equal to 0 in this equation to find out the deflection at A. So let us put the value. So it will become ei y1 at A. This term will become 0 and this term will also become 0 because, sorry, this is x1, because x1 is 0, we will only have this term 10,000 divided by, sorry, ei is not there because ei is written here, so it will become y1a, or you can write it as deflection at A minus 10,000 divided by ei. Okay, so in this way you can find out the slope and deflection at any point on this beam, because we have got the constant and we have also the elastic curve equations. So this is the way you solve the problem having discontinuous loading. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this video. If you have any confusion regarding any point in this problem, please comment down and I will be there for your problem solution. Okay, so that's it for this video and we will meet in our next video. Thanks for watching.